letting lorries go and we're selling them. I'm not hiding from it, they are going. It's Monday morning and I'm in the yard. We are taking back the lovely 6F5, which we compacted many weeks ago because we are preparing to put a large slab here, which goes from this area all the way to the front gate. Wheelwash reservoir will be here and the wheelwash itself will be here. We're just trying to take into account all the levels. The finish level in the yard, as well as the slab next door, as well as the slab out on the street. From here to over there, there's actually a 10 centimeter difference. And we need to make sure we get this right, otherwise we're gonna have loads of puddling and pooling of water everywhere. Yesterday was a strange day. There was goings on right outside the yard. A vehicle pulled up and they had already lost their wind mirror, and there was things going on outside the yard which, to the best of my knowledge, had never happened. They couldn't wait till they got anywhere. It had to be directly outside the Ashville yard. I'm still slightly confused about it. Anyway, let's get on with the work. We're gonna scrape out all these levels and then we're gonna begin to build some shuttering. We're using two machines to create the ground level. A 1 ton for the delicate areas in the corners and the site boundary close to the fence. A 5 tonner is used in the central area for the bulk shift and to load the shovel. Luckily, we don't have to buy any ply. This is leftovers from the material purchased for the installation of our train line. Once we ascertain the levels with the surveying equipment, we install string lines for directional and height guidance. On Saturday of last week, you saw us doing the work on the 110 volt cabling and connections so we could connect our traffic lights permanently so we don't need Celtic to come in and keep changing the batteries. Now, we run all the cables, but we did not plug them in because we weren't sure if there was some work on the system which needed to be done. Celtic have popped in this morning and they are now fully connected. That is one more item off the list just before 2025, trying to get the yard up and running fully. This is a very delicate haulage job. We have boilers which need to be loaded, transported and delivered to the Landmark Hotel in central London. This is extremely high value commercial heating equipment which Ben needs to use his techers to place on the lower ground floor from the street level. It's a very interesting job for Ben to be doing. On Sunday, yesterday, Ashville Weekly episode 217 came out. In case you didn't know, these videos are 2 weeks behind. And within the video, I spoke about a previous employee trying to steal our work, calling all our jobs and clients, which they see in Ashville Weekly. For the avoidance of doubt and for clarity, so we're all on the same page, I was not talking about young Will, and I was not talking about Jules, and Jules still works at Ashville. She is based in the office and doesn't want to be on camera, so I respect her wishes. And now I see Ben has pulled up in the yard, and Ben is now going to get loaded with concrete blocks. Yes, your boy had a meeting at the House of Lords. And no, I am now not Lord Ashville of Ashvilleton. Still your boy Daniel from Ashville, who will be at the refurbishment project first thing tomorrow morning before going to the yard. When the meeting was called at the House of Lords, I wasn't entirely sure what it was going to be about, and I must say I'm inspired and excited at the possibilities. It's one thing working, fulfilling your obligations, paying your bills, running a company, trying to do well, trying to give yourself some element of financial freedom or planning for your future. It's another thing altogether when you can try to use your skill set and your platforms to make a difference in other people's lives, you know, to leave a lasting impression and change it for other people and leave a legacy. Not just trying to make money, to genuinely add value. So I'm very excited at the meeting and the opportunity which has presented itself. And that's all I'm willing to say on the matter at this time. And that's it for Monday. It's Tuesday morning and I'm in the yard. We have a meeting looking over the staircase, which has been steel fabricated, just looking at a few bits which need some snagging. Getting into the detail, this area here needs a little bit of attention. These uprights are our guidance, and we're going to use a 6mm MDF to clad all of this. Then we're going to have plasterboard on top of this. If we were just to use plasterboard on here, we've had multiple cracks. The MDF will give us some stability. Getting a little bit closer to the steps. To ensure that the tile will sit on this, we're going to put an extremely strong adhesive and then a 6mm hardy backer. We're then going to mechanically fix, we're going to screw through this hardy backer. Then we're going to have the strong adhesive again, and the tile will sit on top of this. Now the tile will run to here. We will have a specialist come in and do a mitered cut. So it'll be cut at an angle. We'll have the hardy backer on the front side as well, and the tile on this side will have a mitered angle this way. So the two will meet here and be fixed. Underneath here, this is where the LED profile will sit, and this will provide light to the riser. Very, very excited about this staircase. Detail I've just described will follow all the way down. And once again, we'll clad in 6mm MDF here. That will enable us to get the curve, and the curve will follow from here all the way down and around this area. And here, it will follow round and then finish at the wall in this area. We put first fix on the wall to hopefully have some artwork in this area. So we'll have a very small light feature, what pops out from the wall and lights any artwork which will be here. Just before Christmas, the sites are beginning to calm down a little bit. Some of our team are on annual leave, but we're going to use the time over Christmas to have as many site meetings as possible with the client so we can get decisions in a couple of areas. The confirmed stone for the kitchen, 100% confirmation of the tap finishes in some of the bathrooms, the champagne wall, which is over here, and a bit more information on the fireplace. That's it for the refurbishment project. Heading back to the yard. We have a leak on the LA60 which seems to be coming from a fitting. The specialist doesn't have a replacement on the van, so we're creating a temporary solution which will stop the leak and mean we can continue to use the machine. This part is now on order and will be fitted once it arrives. Back over to the wheelwash slab works. The preparation is going well. Over in this area, we have marked the point here where the wheel wash starts. We have a line in the middle. This is where we need to have a cutout for the sump where the pump drop in. The end of the wheel wash is there. We have a gap, and then we have the wheel wash reservoir. We've decided that we're in fact going to cut a channel across this area towards the weighbridge rather than running a cable along this fence underneath the gate and all the way round. That's going to be an extremely long cable, so we decided we're going to take the shortest duration we possibly can. We think the best thing to do is once we concrete this one and we remove the shuttering and concrete the one in the middle, we're actually going to bring over the wheel wash reservoir and plonk it here so we can begin to work out exactly what we're going to do with the pipes, and then we can run the cabling. It's actually a race against time to get this going so we can ensure that we can not track anything onto the road and keep all of the lorries clean. Speaking of which, we are now going to go out in a grab with Tarandeep for a load of muck away. Ben has collected a machine for which the hire has ended. Louis Gong will be in the yard tomorrow to carry out some essential maintenance. And that's it for Tuesday. It's Wednesday and I'm in the yard. I'm trying to put a plan in place for the Christmas period. At the moment, the lorry's parking all over the place. We're giving it a scrape around this area. This is behind the car park. We're going to try to build it up with some 6F5. We're going to use jersey barriers and create a section just here where the lorries can park at the end of each day, and create a small drainage slope that runs this way towards the diesel tank. It's not something we can do day to day when the lorries are out and working, because we're using the machines, we're loading lorries, the lorries are in and out. We just can't get into this area, and we don't have the manpower to work on this and create the slab at the front as well. If you see in the background, Louis Gong are here to repair the track motor. Now what the track motor does, if you imagine the machine is spinning around slewing, if this was all done with hoses, the hoses would all get tangled up and they'd end up snapping. This track motor, the hoses go into the top of it and then the hoses go into the bottom of it, and this is how the machine manages to slew around without damaging any cables. I come upstairs for a quick meeting and there's some night work on tonight. Nice. Maddie's going out on night work because he is not in today, but he can go out tonight. Simon and Terry are ripping my high-vis, indirectly saying I look like a tramp. But what they don't understand is that a high-vis like this has character and it has history. Don't innit, Tell? Mm-hmm. It's a sign of hard work or just being extremely clumsy and getting caught on things. Yeah. Terry said I borrowed someone else's because Terry's a comedian and Jules thinks it's funny. Da ha ha ha. Once again clarifying, in Weekly a few weeks back when I said somebody was stealing our work who used to work here, it wasn't Jules, who is now filming. Jules, put your hand in front of the camera, give us a wave. There we go. It was not Jules. Right, so Simon has got me a new high-vis. Simon reckons he's got my size. That's a XX. Look, the new one. The apprentice on site. Never done a day's work. New high-vis. Don't try and be smart, Terry. New high-vis. Hold on. Where?
Didn't say a word.
What? upgrade, I'm considering auctioning this off. There's official Ashville dirt and mud and blood and sweat and tears all over this high-vis. I'm thinking of framing it like a QPR shirt and signing it and putting it on a wall. If you notice at the moment, no one is taking on my foolishness, which is a good sign. Everybody has work to do. Go on, Terry, say something smart, go on. Anyway, I just popped my head out the window and I seen that Donovan tyres have arrived and we have another delivery of 10 rear 295 tyres and 5 steers. We're going to pour the first bit of concrete. I was thinking to myself about how excited I am about creating this new area. And then I realized again, here Daniel goes again, spending money, which doesn't generate any revenue whatsoever. Look at all the people working, the lorry, the materials. This is not going to generate 1 penny. But it's necessary in order to operate. We find ourselves doing this a lot, spending money to ensure that we can operate and keep safe. It's not one of those businesses where you could just buy something for £1 and sell it for £2. There's a whole lot of other infrastructure which needs to be put in place and maintained around that. It's just so expensive. You just spend money. You can never think when you're running lorries or you're trying to set up a yard, oh, yesterday we had a good day, we made some money. You can never think that or never get excited when you do well, because you know that each and every penny is just gonna go straight back in indefinitely. Well, until you get to a point when that doesn't need to happen no more. But I and Ashville are a very, 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 very long way away from that ever happening. Anyway, let's get this first bit of concrete poured. Thursday morning and we're in the yard. Ben collected these machines yesterday but hasn't had a chance to offload them. The concrete which we poured yesterday, it has cured well. We're going to break out the shuttering today and try to pour 2 sections. More than likely it will be 1. We want to do this area as quickly as possible, as it will mean that we can actually move the wheelwash reservoir over earlier and then begin to try and cut a channel and run some duct to get power to it. While we make our way this way, we can actually use the slab to put the materials to keep them out of the mud and begin to set up the wheelwash. And then hopefully by the time we get to the end of this section, we've managed to completely set up the wheelwash, because it's not a case of just dropping the wheelwash and it's going to work. We need to connect all of the power, we need to do some calibration, we need to drop the ramps in, then we need to fit the pipes between the reservoir and the wheelwash, and then there's going to be an element of testing to get it right. For now, I'm going to head up to my office. The lads aren't in yet who are going to work on it, but they will be here soon and the work will continue. Our jet wash died, and I believe it was because it ran out of engine oil. But that is another conversation altogether, and we are not about the blame game. We are a solutions-orientated team. So we have rented this Bowser and diesel washer. Only thing is, we want to make sure that it doesn't go missing. So we're going to take it and lift it over the fence to the other side, so it's secured between the Jersey barriers and the outside fence here. And then we're going to run the hose through the fence so we can continue to wash off the wheels of the lorries as they leave. Pam Weekly, another episode of Pam Weekly. Hello, Pam.
I'm just your driver now, your personal driver.
Did you bring us some bolts?
Look, some bolts.
How's Pam Weekly going?
After Christmas, I'm going to do it.
I am your first subscriber, Pam.
Are you really?
Yes.
What do you want to see on there?
Your day-to-day goings on, but you're going to have to limit the swearing when driving around.
Yeah, I'll bleep it.
Yeah. No, don't bleep it. Don't do it. Thank you, Pam.
Thank you.
It's been a tough week, but it's about to get better. You see Manny in the past, he worked with us at the Sticker Man's house, and we've been at some of the openings of his food places in the past, but now he's opened a new one. Big Juicy Burger. Hey, delivery time. And we love when people take a leap, the leap of faith. Manny started on his own.
This is my franchise now. We've got 6 branches.
6 branches already?
6 branches already, yeah.
People should do more like this. When your friend starts a business, you have to support. Congrats, my brother, and well done. It's time to eat.
Yes, thank you.
I've been waiting for this all day, bro. At 9 o'clock, I looked at the clock. I was like, how long is this bread going to be, man? I mean, look at... All right, later. Thank you.
Hey, next time I wear my wellies.
Yeah, you should have wore your wellies anyway. The time is 7 minutes past 8 p.m. I'm still in the yard. I was going through our numbers and I was looking at each product line, the revenue we generate and the expenses attached to it. I don't want to go into 2025 with my eyes closed or flogging a dead horse or doing any business line for the wrong reasons. So I've decided that I'm going to study the numbers and work out what actually makes sense. Now, sometimes it's not as simple as that, because as I've told you in the past, you could have a loss leader and you could have a product line so you can open the door to get to other product lines which are a lot more profitable. However, with market conditions in 2024, we're not in a place now where we can take any losses. And looking at the numbers, there are some product lines that I've made the decision that we are going to terminate. That is going to have repercussions and consequences, and it's going to mean changes within the business and our staffing. However, it's a difficult decision to make. You can put your heart into it and you can do everything within your power, and you can continue to flog a dead horse, and you can think with this and not with this. But there'll come a point when that will bankrupt you. You can be a nice person, you can do the right thing, but you can't continue insanity and do the same thing over and over and expect a different outcome. It doesn't work like that. In my position, or in senior positions of management, you have to make difficult decisions sometimes. And in my head, I've just made them. All will be revealed very soon. I don't want to say too much at the moment, but it will result in Ashville reducing the size of our fleet. We should be so busy that we have to get in hauliers to assist us with our work. That isn't happening. And there are lorries parking up at like 2:30, 3 o'clock, or go and grab a load that doesn't make any money because you're on the way back. And truth be told, let's have it, I haven't been at it that long to have lorries on the road like costing us hundreds of thousands of pounds to just try and hang around for a better day. You hang around for a better day for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, not 12 months, because that takes its toll. And I've been as transparent as I can with that in 2024. So enough is enough. And I'm not going into 2025 like that. And there are some difficult conversations that are going to need to be had. And there's not a lot I can do about that. I have done my best for as long as possible to try in my head to keep everything together so it can be here, so we have the infrastructure for a better day. I can no longer do that. The resources aren't there. So there will be big changes at Ashville. It's Friday morning and we're in the yard. Yesterday we were trying to pour 2 sections, but we ended up pouring 1. So today we're going to prepare for 2 sections. We've made a plan for Saturday, the wheelwash reservoir and ramps, which we're going to bring over. So it's actually key that we get the concreting around here done today so it can dry overnight, and once we bring everything over tomorrow we don't have an issue. Our new jet wash is working well, cleaning off all the lorries before they go out on the road. After last night, the plan hasn't changed, but I've been thinking more, and this is one of the difficult things as a business owner or somebody in a position of management within a business, that in the different sectors of the business, when you're provided with information, you know the person in that particular part of the business is an expert, but as a manager or a business owner, you still need to challenge the information you're given. You may need to understand it better, or you may have experience, or you may have some insight, maybe should be fed into that information because you have a full picture, because you have more of a bird's eye view of the business or the particular area of the business. But when you're doing that, and people provide you with information and you're constantly challenging it, they could think that you're saying they're not good at their job, but really, you're just trying to spar with them a little bit for the greater good of the business. But sometimes it comes across like you don't believe that they're good at their job when you do. But no matter what, you have to challenge the information, because if you don't challenge the information, or at least take the time to go into the detail and think about it, the decision making that you make may then be incorrect. But it's just, how do you do that? Anyway, let's prepare to pour some concrete. It looks like a delivery has arrived, one we've been waiting for a long time. Cue the victorious music. Our trusty Jack is back from Northern Jacks, which Welder Fabber got repaired for us, and he's got one of our new friends to drop it off. Time is 12:53 p.m. Most of the work is done and the lads are parking up, but before parking up, we're doing something that everyone has been suggesting for a very long time. We're actually washing each and every lorry. The lads are all hanging around, giving a hand. We're cleaning underneath, we're cleaning the bodies. Hopefully we'll be cleaning the cabs as well. But at long last, the Ashville lorries are going to look nice and fresh in 2025 when they head out on the road in the first week of Jan. Come on, Tone. Concrete was dead, but plenty of people called panicking because the people that they had booked concrete with, they didn't turn up. They just called and said,
no, we can't do it. Sorry, the driver didn't turn up. 2
concrete lorries were going out to work to do one job each. 3 were parked up. By 10 o'clock, all of the concrete lorries were out working. That's why the concrete isn't poured. Now, Dudek is going to cry about this. Yeah, there's this ongoing feud in construction and aggregates and concrete. Yeah, you see, Dudek believes we always leave construction till last. That's what he believes, but that isn't.
I don't believe it's actually happened all the time.
Dudek is confused. So basically, sometimes you think to yourself, am I going to upset the person I don't know or upset the person I do know? And if the lorry's out on the road making money, we got to pay bills, and this doesn't generate any money, so this job might get pushed back a little bit more. I see Dudek's point, but I'm in a tough spot here. So as long as this is poured and dried for tomorrow so the wheel wash can come over, we're all right, are we not?
Yep.
We are.
What time we start pouring? 4 o'clock is dark.
Huh?
4 o'clock is dark, yeah? You're gonna have any lorry today or not?
No, he's coming there, that lorry now.
Yeah,
the work is cancelled. So yeah, so no, but he's gonna come and pour in that lorry now.
Yeah, because we're supposed to pour with a different lorry, the Volvo.
Yes.
But in Volvo you can
it's not moving side to side, yes.
And the other lorry just came in and you just swapped them. And the one who was supposed to go on the job, we swapped them around, yeah?
Fine, but now that job, but now that job's cancelled.
Yeah.
So now the Scania, so Thomas is gonna do the Scania. So we're gonna pour it right now. So don't fear, all is under control. It's Saturday. The time is 6 a.m. and we're in the yard. Concrete pours from yesterday look like they've dried well. We're going to try and pour one today. Flo and Peter are in. We're going to fire up the L860 and get the roll-on, roll-off ready to start moving some kit. Today we have a very small team in, and most of the staff at Ashville won't be in till the first week of Jan, but we have a plan for the Christmas period. There's only one lorry out today, one pour for 10 meters and one pour locally for 4 or 5 meters. Hopefully those 2 jobs can get done and the lorry will be back in time to pour this section, which then should be dry for Monday. Could be a busy day. Let's get started.
Tak.
We're 20 mil out. 20 mil. Very long time ago in Weekly, we showed you that the wheel wash broke down and we needed a new pump. This is the old pump, and we ordered a couple of pumps, but they came and they were wrong. So this is the new pump, which has been sat here for months, and the wheel wash hasn't been operational, so we hadn't needed to use it. We're just gonna break it open now, try and put them side by side and see if in fact it is exactly the same. Okay. We're definitely going to need to take this fitting and put on here, but the rest of it looks pretty much the same. You know when a plan begins to come together? We had welder Faber come in and fix these not long ago. Boom. A bit more. It's rocking though. Why is it rocking? We need to pull it back. Yeah, that's it.
Under, not touching nothing. The ramp is not straight, yeah?
There you go. It's not moving no more. The ramps are too big to put on top there and they'll be in the way. So we're quickly gonna roll out the membrane here, move these last 2 sheets of mesh into place. Once they're in place, then we're gonna take the ramps and drop the ramps here. This is the closest point we're gonna get them to the wheel wash. So they'll be offloaded in roughly in the vicinity, and then we're gonna be ready to pour another 2 sections here. Nearly there with all the track. I'm not throwing it away. I still have dreams and hopes and aspirations in the yard. February, our train, Ashville Railways, will probably be arriving. But this has made quite a bit of room for us. I don't like that sound. I'm going to check what's going on. While we check this, we have the second bit of concrete to pour, and that's going to happen over there now. What was that sound? We're gonna have to clean this out over Christmas.
Over there, when we are done with stuff.
Fine. I understand. I understand. We're gonna have to clean out these tracks. We're not gonna manage it today. The time is already 12:47 and the lads finish at 2. Thankfully, all the concrete, all right, we're spinning round, let's get out of the way. Been an intense but successful day in the yard. Everything we planned to do, we have succeeded. These 3 tippers are going to auction. Spoke about earlier in the week that the market has been down the entire year and the decision has been taken that we're going to let some of the fleet go. The skip lorries are also going to go and 1 other concrete lorry. We've taken out the trackers, removed our tablet system. People say,
why don't you remove your artwork?
everybody knows there are lorries and we haven't had the time. We've got more important things to do. But we have given them a wash. They look a lot cleaner than when we were running them. Doing the maths now, it drops our outgoing significantly. Were we using the fleet 100%? Probably not. Keeping lorries just so you can try and find work for them and keep them out for as long as possible when they're not actually doing work, which is great, is playing silly buggers. If you're honest with yourself, you're the director or you're the person who's in charge, maybe you should have, no, I should have made this decision earlier, but I was hanging on saying it's going to get busier, we're going to make it work. And I've said this before and I'll say it again, just because you can make it work, does that mean you should? If you're holding on to something because in your head you're like, oh, well, I don't want people to see that we're letting lorries go and we're selling them. I'm not hiding from it, they are going. It's not making money, so it's a business decision to trim it down. We are still a relatively new company. If you imagine a yard is £500,000 a year in rent, people who have owned yards for 25 years and the yards are paid off, we're already £500,000 behind them before we even get in on the 1st of January. So our purse strings are always going to be a lot tighter in a company like this. So the size of the Ashville fleet is shrinking, but we will push on. I do like the lorries. They are the latest lorries we purchased, but they are also the most expensive. These cost us around £1,000 a month more than some of our older Scanias. You may say,
why don't you keep the newer lorry?
The older lorries are cheaper and they've been on full Scania R&M. They're still perfectly good lorries. Depending on what, and actually, I need to go home and get changed now. So we are taking the level from the, I'll start again. Huh?
One take.
Yeah, one take, yeah. And we are trying to, no, the here, the there, and this, all right, I'm coming back. Just keep rolling. Wow. What are you saying? Why didn't I do this before I started filming? It's gonna make the outtakes, isn't it? Messed it up again. Chatting rubbish. Fool. Round if the machine. Louis Gong.
Oh, okay.
You just get bare sky in there.
Okay.
There we go.
The floor is a bit dirty.
We saying it's dirty? We saying I should clean the lens?
No, I mean the floor.
The floor?
Yeah.
Oh no, everybody knows the floor's dirty, Jules.
Okay.
This is a working environment. Anyway, hold on. Keep going, Jules. Hold on one sec. Hold on. Bam, 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 bam. Montage. Do a montage. There you go. Bruv, one take, you know. Now they silly, bruv. I'm a professional. Look at Terry. What you film, Terry? Look at Terry. Terry's like, why is this man filming when I'm hungry? What are you saying? Hurry up. What's all this filming?
Hey, Terry was in the shop last week.
Were you in the shop last week? Ah, okay. Man can't even. Not even a cheeseburger he could bring. Not even a French fry you couldn't bring. No, I didn't. I don't remember that. Oh, you went. No, you invited me to golf. You never invited me to Manny's. Nah, you're a shagger. Anyway, the food. Look at Dudek arriving back, boy. Dinner time. Perfect timing. And that's it for Ashville Weekly, episode 220. Click here for the Ashville website. Click here, subscribe to our channel. Click here to see an Ashville video you may not have seen before, and click down here for last week's episode, which was number 219. How are we getting on, Flo? You all right? That was it.